All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the alaracanfieldshow, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, my good friend Brenda Lainof is back with us. It's been a while since she's been on our show, and we are talking about MedBed light language downloads. And so, some of what we're going to discuss today, we're going to talk about feeling the benefits of the light language remote energetic MedBed. We're also going to be experiencing and talking about experiencing improvements on the physical, emotional, and mental levels. We're going to be talking about how to connect to higher frequencies and so much more. And for those of you who don't know Brenda, like I said, she was on our show, I think back in 2020, so it's been a while. She has worked in the corporate world for over 3 decades, and in that time frame, she struggled with many health issues that affected her work, her relationships, and life. From being on disability to multiple surgeries to near-death experiences, something had to change. And it was after several near-death experiences, Brenda knew, without a doubt, she had to make some drastic, immediate changes in her life. Sometimes it takes a huge hit by the universe to make you listen, and those experiences have shaped and continue to shape Brenda's self-discovery journey and have fueled her passion to learn holistic approaches to empower herself and others to be their best selves in business and in life. Brenda shares inspiring insights on connecting to the MedBed and the emotional and health benefits it can facilitate. So we're going to talk about all of that and more. And I'm so excited, Brenda. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us again, and welcome back to the show.
Hi, Lara. Thank you. Looking forward to doing this with you again.
So tell me now, I know last time you were here, we talked about the MedBed a little bit. But let's, for people who may not know, let's talk a little bit about the MedBed. Let's talk a little bit about light language and the downloads and how you got to, you began using light language and the MedBeds so much more in your practice and in your personal life.
Well, I really was guided to the MedBed around, pandemic time. I think a lot of us received information and we're doing things that we would never even thought we would be doing, like, right now from 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago. So I have been speaking light language and guided to it in between 2 near-death experiences, my last 2. And so I've already have been speaking light language and incorporated in my healing work. And then it was when the MedBeds were coming out, and there's all this talk about the MedBeds coming out, when they're going to come out, nobody knows when they're coming out, all this big mystery. I thought, well, I'm really not going to wait until they're physically coming out. We have to take charge, and who knows when that would ever occur. So I thought, we can do so much on an energetic level, and why not bring people in on an energetic level to the MedBed. So this is what I have been doing for the last 2.5 years, and working remotely and energetic with the MedBed. So once I connect people within the MedBed, I download light language from source, really to amplify the healing within the MedBed.
Awesome, thank you. And tell me about, just share a little bit about some of the, I'm not going to say results, but experiences that you've had using the MedBed and or using the light language.
I think it's really important people to know that this is all energy, and I'm sure that everybody that's on this call right now knows that it really is all energy. Mm-hmm. So for a period of time, I did have a group that I worked with, and then things kind of dissolve, and then they'll probably pick up again. One of the people in the group from Australia, with intention, she was really, really stressed out. And so her words, so last night, before going to sleep, I put myself into the MedBed. This morning, I woke up feeling refreshed and very relaxed. So today, looking through my news feeds has not really affected me, and I still feel good. The MedBed really works. Melanie Lewis in Australia. I have many people who have taken into the MedBed within the last, again, 2.5 years. I have one lady, I've taken her in to support her endocrine system. So because I work with so many modalities within the last, 15 to 20 years, It's, we can do so much. And when we did go into the MedBed, I downloaded the light language, and it just amplifies what we can do. She's already noticed this was her endocrine system. It increased already to 10% more vitality. She felt a shift and felt like it was maybe in the 50s instead of 65. And she actually felt more peace and calm in the morning. Her thyroid and throat had improved another 6% overnight. So she was really quite encouraged. And this is someone who works with herbs and supplements. And so by adding that already to something that you already have, so I'm just throwing it out, perhaps you maybe have a business of supplements or anything really. Maybe you're selling some type of, I don't know, I'm just throwing things out, some food of some type, or just anything where you want to amplify that. Really putting yourself into the MedBed can really increase the vitality. And we're going to know today, I'm going to share one type of energy that I feel like was really needed, and take everybody through a process. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just go from there. And if anybody has any questions. So this is, again, all about intention. And with intention, I think we're realizing more and more all the time, we can make things happen very quickly. And I don't know about you, but I know for myself, because I am at this all the time. This is my passion, is my work. It's not like I do this on the weekend or in the evening. This is what I do. And I've noticed that things are happening quicker and faster. And it seems to happen within the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. Is that getting results? Like things are just shifting. And what you thought might take a longer period of time to maybe balance something is actually, it's just happening faster and all the time. So again, this is what I'm experiencing, more shifts and changes at a faster rate than a while ago.
Awesome. And that's the thing too, right now, the energy is like, I find like spinning so fast. Everything is happening so fast. The energy is moving so fast that even healing, is going to happen faster, right? Because just the time frame that we're in. But also, these new technologies, such as light language, such as the MedBed, such as, different energetic modalities that we're all using, I feel like they've been upgraded.
Yes.
Than just like basic Reiki, for example.
Oh, so many changes in the last, it has been phenomenal, extremely stressful, the last 2.5 years. And, mm-hmm. For example, the country that I live in, you could not leave the country. I know people realize that in different parts of the world, unless you're vaccinated, which is affecting 4 to 6 million people in Canada. You could not leave the country. So if you can imagine the stress it's going to place on the body, just the tremendous division that has been created, and I'm going to say created, has been unreal. At the same time, we're just pushing through. I mean, I know I have, and we're feeling the energies like you've mentioned. So things are happening, and sometimes it takes us a while to recognize that, wow, just what happened here. Our mind hasn't caught up with the fact of the speed, the acceleration that's occurring right now as we shift, what is it, 4D to 5D or above. Like I think a lot of us are grasping that now, but it's been a wild ride.
Well, definitely it has been. And sometimes energetically we might be, being upgraded all the time, but it also takes time for the body to actually catch up to the energy body. The physical body needs to catch up to the energy body as well, right? So a lot of people are having, ascension type symptoms, etc. And so that's where the MedBed and the light language can probably help with that as well, no?
Yes, absolutely. And what's really cool about the MedBed is that it's just not for you. I mean, you literally, with intention, can bring in your pets. You can bring in other people. So just opening the mind, like possibilities are endless. And when you take yourself into the med bed, knowing that it has been created for mankind to rejuvenate, regenerate the body, and knowing that it's there, I have no idea where. There's always like, you would read, oh, it's going to be, the military has it or whatever. I don't know that information. I am not privy to that. And I'm personally not waiting around for it. So what we can do on an energetic level with the med bed and then, adding our own tools, just going to amplify the healing process at all levels.
Yeah. And the thing with healing and as well as with disease, it doesn't begin in the body, it begins in the outer levels, in the outer body, the outer layers, the energetic, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual body, until it finally gets to the physical. So we can do the healing at the energetic level.
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of us do, right? I'm not a
Yes.
surgeon, so I don't work on the physical body, but I do work energetically, right? So that's what the MedBed does as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, and you can always Google if you're looking, well, what is she really talking about? Honestly, just go Google MedBeds and you'll see some information that's out there. And I think there are, from what I hear, people that are saying, oh, I've got a med bed, or maybe there's some type out there that people are using. I don't know. I don't know that. But what I do sense is that we have to take control, because as much as we're being told by certain officials that they're there to look after us, I'm thinking, well, I think I need to look after myself and take control and not wait for some magic bullet to occur. Just like, no, this is about me taking control and helping other people, empowering other people so they can do the same. And it doesn't matter what modality. I'm sure a lot of your people here are working with different modalities. It really is.
Oops. Is that me or is that Brenda? Am I still here? Brenda gone?
All levels.
Okay, sorry. You cut out for a minute there, so I wasn't sure if you were gone or if I was gone.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now. So I'm not sure what you just said, but I'm assuming it has to do with healing on all levels.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, awesome. And so then the healing on all levels, is for a lot of us, it's we don't have issues with the physical body, but we may have issues with the emotional body, right? We may have old stories coming up, old emotions coming up. We may have mental programming that needs to be cleared and healed, right? So can the MedBed help with all of that as well?
Absolutely. So I work with past lives as well. So a lot of the times, it depends, what is required to put into the med bed. Sometimes I get guided, wow, what's really behind that adrenal gland that's not functioning at 100%. And if I get guided to, well, let's do some past life and intuit what that past life issue is or issues, do the clearing, put you into the med bed, and then let's get the med bed just healing that adrenal gland as an example. So, but there's a lot of things that I like to bring into the med bed, and we can definitely go through that. So, pathogens on a physical level, entities on a spiritual level, all levels. We just have to open up our mind and allow.
So it's basically like the MedBed is a tool, a resource that we have access to, that we can have access to, and that we can work with for our healing, for our empowerment, to have ease on all levels, right?
Yes.
And to create transformation for us moving forward.
And it's important, we're all about self-empowerment, or we should be. So when I work with the clients, it's like, okay, I want you to get into the med bed. I want you to feel it. When I've worked with groups, just feeling the energy, you can feel it. And you can feel the energy flowing through. So it's about, yes, you can do this. I'm going to be speaking light language in my one-to-one sessions, but this isn't a requirement for you to get results. Just so like, oh, I can't do that because I don't speak light. No, what I'm transmitting today and showing today is what I created, but this isn't a requirement for you to get results for what you need. So I just want to put a caveat out there on that.
Right. So basically what you're saying is that we can have use of the MedBed. We don't need to use light language.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Good. And so today, are you going to be taking live caller questions for specific things that you can work with in the MedBed, or are you just going to do a general
I'm going
healing?
to do a MedBed meditation and taking people into that. I want you to feel it. And then after the, after once we've completed this, then for sure, anybody has any questions, please pop in. And I can definitely watch that as well on chat. But no, right now I'm going to take you through a process, and it's going to be, well, mental performance on the spot. So you know how like we're just like so stressed, and chronic stress, it increases our stress hormones, the cortisol affecting our brain health and function, and it really puts us in a risk for various moods and mental disorders. Well, we know that that's predominant in the world right now. It can create headaches, asthma, immune system dysfunction, weight gain. I mean, it really just goes on. And of course, things like cancer and diabetes, etc. So what I'm going to be doing is taking everyone here into the MedBed. So what I'm going to be asking you to do for everybody here is that you do not have to be watching me here as I go through this. I mean, it's up to you. But I think it's better to just take a deep breath and just relax. And if you're sitting there at your desk, close your eyes and take this time for you. You're not typing away like we tend to do, multitask. I'm just asking you to really let go of that and give yourself a little gift here. You deserve a gift. And so what we're going to be doing is a mental performance on the spot. So I'd like you to envision walking over to a MedBed, this futuristic MedBed that's been created for you to regenerate and rejuvenate the body. Now, you may decide that it's not the typical MedBed that's kind of something you would see maybe in a hospital, like where you get scanned. Maybe this is something totally different. Maybe it's something where you're in a bird's nest where you're very, very comfortable. It's whatever you would want it to be. But just knowing that this has been created for you to regenerate and to heal. So we're going to be working on a level where you get better performance on the spot. We want to work with the brain. So I want you to visualize laying in the MedBed, your MedBed, and with intention connecting you to 100% to creator and source, 100% from creator source to you within the MedBed, and making that connection now. You may want to call in your angels and guides to be with you, or maybe there's ancestors, whoever you feel guided and resonate with. And just knowing you're 100% protected and guided within the MedBed, this very secure, loving environment. So with the MedBed, we're just like turning it on. And we're asking the MedBed to start scanning the brain. Please scan the left to the right to the left, the top to the bottom to the top, front to the back, back to the front. We're asking to please scan the brain. And we're asking to please strengthen both the sides of the brain to integrate with each other. and integrating all brain cells with one another. So we're asking to do this now. Just allowing the MedBed to scan and to scan and to scan. And as it's scanning and it's integrating and all the communication within the head, within the brain, we're asking please to correct any conflict in any disorganization throughout all time, space, within the brain. Amanana yabakokashala tekihe shakatah. Abakakita bokokana. Ashiki sakitaha. Bokokita kaka. Shiti sakanana. Boyita kokashata. Ayita pakita book. I like pakita 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 papa. Yeta pakita pakita. Pakita papa. Shikataki shikim shit pakita. Shikataki shikataka. Shikataki shak shak. Shikataki pakita pakita pakita. Shikataki allowing the continual integrating of the brain. And within the MedBed, we're asking, please, anywhere that there's any stagnation or blockages, any congestion, any confusion, any inflammation, infection, infestation through the lymphatic system, please scan through and identify and to dissolve on the spot. Manana hieta, bokoko shiyana, asakokoyaha, yadamanana hieta bokoya, shosana, alatakoy, apokyana, ashakokoyaha. Asashayata alanana bieta. As it's scanning from the top of your head, working its way down to below the base of your feet. From the base of the feet, working all the way up to the top of the head and continuing to dissolve. We're asking within the MedBed to correct our ability to descend into a relaxed alpha state, making learning an activity of ease and grace. We just want this with ease and grace, taking in the information, allowing ourselves to absorb with relaxation and grace. Amanaya hai, abakokoshaladai, sayatakayatai. We're asking, please, within the MedBed, and giving our gratitude, please neutralize and transmute into self-love all the stress, all the trauma, all of the energy imprinting, clearing the neurons, the entire limbic system throughout all layers, levels, dimensions, time, and space. Neutralizing and transmuting into self-love now. We're asking within the MedBed, please, to scan and increase the spaces between the brain cells to prevent that brain lock and disorientation. So just expanding those spaces. We're asking within the MedBed to please reprogram the brain, the processing of information. We're asking, please, to bring it back to the original divine blueprint for optimal hearing perception, visual acuity, mental retrieval, optimal sense of taste, sense of body temperature, and processing information accurately and efficiently. Isiya pokoya samaya takaya takukushala. Yetapakia tapakai. As is scanning and reprogramming the brain. Hanana hiya tapukuya. Ashu sutotoya. Asaka nanaya pokuya. Asanana asiya takai. And allowing to be in this relaxed alpha state, all the information coming in, and giving gratitude to Creator for this MedBed that we can easily access at any time, and how we can utilize this MedBed, taking us to the highest dimensions. Asanana biya kokokosha lakanana yapokai. Se shanaya asanana. Taking a deep breath and blow it out. And just gradually open your eyes. You may want to roll your shoulders around a bit and just keep track of how you're feeling mentally, emotionally. If things are clear, more concise, and feel free to come back to this at any time. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. I was yawning like crazy. So for me, that means the energy is moving. There's stuff happening,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I was definitely yawning like crazy. And at one point, I actually, when I tuned in to my brain, I felt like there was like energy zipping, zapping everywhere, So
Yes.
it was interesting to feel that the energy moving in that way. But I like how, you can, the MedBed doesn't have to be something specific. It can be whatever,
Yes.
you resonate with, right? Oops.
Exactly.
So how was it for all of you? Yeah, so Heather said that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Good. But what did you experience, or did you have questions about the MedBed and or the light language? Was wonderful, I have to say. But did you feel the anything shifting in your mind, your thoughts, your emotions? Because that's what it's about. It's about recognizing the shift, recognizing the change, right? Recognizing that something is not the same, it's different now, right?
I see someone commented, disconnected from the body, can we reconnect? And like, yes. So just, yeah, exactly. Reconnect. Just so reconnect if you're feeling that.
And Kathy said,
how's that feeling now for Destiny? A little bit better? Yeah, good.
And Kathy's asking, do you need to ground yourself after this?
I don't know. A good question. If you feel that you need to do that, then do that. Yeah, I'm not really testing that. I've really gone there with the grounding.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's the same thing. Like if you're feeling kind of disconnected, it probably doesn't hurt to do a little bit of grounding because we are working at a higher dimension. And in my MedBed calls, I might take you to the 5th, 8th, 10th, 15th. I don't know. So depending on where we go in the one-to-one sessions, I will take you to that dimension. So it does make sense to, yes, do some grounding afterwards and of course, they say go outside or whatever that is and do your grounding. So yeah, good suggestion. And, bringing your self back, if you're disconnected, connect. So
Hold on.
ground yourself with stones. You know what you can do? This is all with intention. And I mean, I work with so many things. For example, if I have my Lemurian rods, I'll take those into the med bed. If you have some stones, absolutely. This is really open to our imagination. Just knowing that it is there and we can connect to it. So whatever you feel guided to, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wherever your mind can take you.
I always like to connect into the heart chakra, Mother Earth afterwards, just to bring all the energies physically into the body, into this plane, because we don't want to leave everything just all up there, right? We want to embody the transformation and the change. We want to embody the energies, right?
Right.
My dogs are being weird. So great, good question. Thank you, Kathy. Heather says, I feel the energy shifting and moving through my body with an enlightenment all around it all, uplifting. Oh, good, uplifting all. Awesome. And Kathy says, I felt a deep sense of calmness and peacefulness and more clear and alert when we finished. The light language was beautiful. It gave me shivers throughout my body. Nice. So
Awesome.
really connecting, resonating with the light language.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so cool. And you know what, everything is possible. If you're feeling like, well, I'd like to, speak light language, just know that, I think you can. And it's not just for the token few. I absolutely believe that. And so if you're feeling like, well, maybe, by taking you to the med bed in the one-to-one sessions, if I'm feeling that you're blocked, you're feeling like, oh, I don't know, I can check, and I would check, is there any past life that's preventing you from believing that this can occur? Because we all have blocks. We all have past lifetimes. Or is it another timeline, whatever that is, uncovering that, clearing it, clearing the trauma, what's ever in the way. So really anything is possible. And I'm finding that we can get into higher dimensions all the time. Absolutely. So it's not the fifth dimension. It could be, oh, I'm muscle testing and I need to we're going to go to this dimension because that's where it's that space, that energy is available. So we go to where we need to go to. So I'm hoping that with this little example, which is a small example of what can be done, if you're noticing more peacefulness and more clarity, that's the type of energy that you feel when I work with you within the med bed. So I'm a medical intuitive. I work with many, many modalities. And after approximately 20 years, you know how you pick up this, you pick up that. It's a matter of you pull it in. What do you need to do? And you can do the same. So say you do Reiki. Well, there's a Reiki grid out there. We know that, and we know we can connect to it. So it's the same thing. And once you feel the energy within the med bed, knowing that it's there, then you also can, it's limitless what we can do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's, and that's the thing, it's like, you don't even have to feel the energy, because I know some people don't feel, but if you believe and have the intention that the energy is there and that it's doing what it is that you require and what it is that you desire, that's all you basically need. Everything with energy is all intention anyways, right? It's all based on intention and your belief, believing that it's possible.
And also for the ones that are not too sure, everyone can learn how to muscle test. And so if you are interested in, like I'm saying this, but you want to know if it's really working. You want to know if your adrenal glands really improved by 40% within the med bed. You can learn to do this. I teach this in my one-to-one sessions, and I promise you'll be muscle testing. So you think, wow, I'd like to know if it's even true what she's saying. Then the thing to do is to learn to muscle test, trusting that. And then you're going, yes, things are happening. So it's very important. And that's all that part of the self-empowered. Maybe many of you already do that, but I encourage all my clients to step up, to do it, and learn to do it and start working on yourself and family members, clients.
It's about asking the right questions and also trusting the answers that you get, right? And trusting yourself and your knowing, right?
Yes.
And the more that you ask questions yourself, the more that you will be more empowered, right? Because then you can do it yourself. You can ask the questions, you can do the clearing, you can do the healing. Because most of us have some sort of healing modality under our belt, in our toolbox. So many of us, right? Most
so
people.
many of us, but we get blocks in the way. And those blocks in the way not maybe something that we're doing. It could be because at some level we're being shut down. So shut down by entities, shut down by chemtrails, shut down. So not to be too hard on yourself, you're feeling like, why am I not doing this? Well, just be a little bit easy on that, with you on that. You can release the toxicity within the MedBed. You can clear offensive energies. I mean, it's limitless what can be done. So just going to say, take a deep breath on that. And we're way more powerful than they want us to know.
Oh, absolutely. And we're way more powerful than we even are.
Than we realize.
Yeah, exactly. So give yourself a break, pat yourself on the on your shoulder, look how far you've come already, right? And what else is possible, right? What else would you like to create? What else do you want to experience?
Perfect. And it's true, what else is possible? And I think, women are, well, we're kind of hard on ourselves, and maybe that's part by design too, so we can be quite judgmental on ourselves. So I'm going to say, give yourself a bit of slack here, and just, go with it. We're really at the crux right now. And I know everybody knows this, but, we're in this spiritual war. So it's just like, we have no time to lose. This is what I tell my clients, and not in a panicky kind of way, but it's okay to step up. It's okay to say, I take people into the MedBed, and maybe you think it's crazy, but I know I can do it, or for whatever else that you do. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say, man, I am so powerful. And the more that we do that, we're creating more space to be more powerful, because you've just declared it.
Yeah. Acknowledge the power that you have.
Yes.
The power that you are, and acknowledge your gifts and talents and abilities that you know about, and even the ones that you don't. Because exactly. As soon as we start talking about abilities, talents, and gifts, people are always come up with like, I don't know what my gifts are. It's like, okay, we all have gifts, we all have talents. I'm not, I don't have all the same gifts that you do, but we all have them. So it's about trusting yourself, following your gut, following your knowing, following your heart, doing what lights you up.
Exactly.
That's how you uncover your gifts, by doing what lights you up.
And don't you find, Alara, that when you do that, like, you're working with someone and they're really gifted, and you just like, okay, you got to do this. You really have to step up. And then when you give them that, or when they get the courage, it's just like the light bulb goes off, and just like, okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There, it's such a gift to help people find their gifts, uncover their gifts, because we need it. We need everyone to be the best that we can be.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And, without pressure, without judgment, without, any other agenda, just be you in the best version of you, and have fun with it. And that's, all that struggle and strife, that is not part of the program anymore. Okay.
No.
It's about ease now, and joy now, and embodiment. So what is it that you want to embody? Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So if anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand, or you can type your question in the chat. But do you want to talk about the packages, Brenda?
Yes, I will.
We've been kind of talking about them already, right? So
yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to have to get your help on package B for with the pricing on that. I've got package A, but I'm going to talk about the package A.
I'm gonna share my screen. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. So hopefully we have the right amounts for the pack. for the packages. So package A is the
Yes.
light language audio, the MedBed light language audios. So there's 4 of them. Do you want to talk a little bit about the 4 audios, and then we'll talk about package B?
Yes. So as you can see, there's 4 audios, and I have to tell you, this one was fun. So I took people into the MedBed for a dental cleaning. It sounds like, really? But it's like, yeah, really, it works. So it's like you listen to the audio before you go to sleep, okay? This is the deal. Listen to the audio before you go to sleep. And it will help floss and clean your teeth. Wake up in the morning with the smooth teeth. So people have reported it's actually quite fun. And I thought, you know what, this helps in between your dental appointments. How nice that would be. I have other people that reported more than the flossing of the teeth, but I'll leave that for you to find out for yourself. The digestive system, we hold so much trauma in the digestive system, is crazy. And I'm constantly having to work on mine personally. So this is really where we can scan through the layers and what brought you into an imbalanced state in the first place. So we can have layers and layers and layers. And it's whatever your body's ready to let go of, but it's just getting you back to restoring and reconfiguring your DNA to the original blueprint. So digestive system is a very important. We hold so much anxiety and stress in our digestive system. So I found that's a very powerful audio. The next one, we all are on different medications, and it could be even over-the-counter medications like Advil, which you really don't think maybe you have any toxicity, but this is going to help clear out. The MedBed is just like, okay, MedBed, let's turn it on, clearing out all that toxicity that's residing within the organs and glands and tissues and throughout all the systems. So we want to be able to, for that MedBed to dissolve all of that toxicity that is maybe the brain it's kind of clouding up the brain. You don't realize it, or the pineal gland or whatever. So we need to get the toxicity out. And of course, we know that there's toxicity from our water, from our air. And I mean, we hate to say that, but that's the reality. So it's just like, this is an important one to do as frequently as you can, obviously if you could do even daily, but if not, like to do it frequently, say even once a week, I'm going to suggest get that toxicity out. We need to keep our vibration up, and that includes toxicity. It includes trauma. So with all the trauma, oh my gosh, trauma is so fascinating. I did a call today, and this trauma I was related with this client was went back to the biblical times. So it was actually a shared trauma, which is related to the issue today. So what I do find, because I have been trained in pathogenics, so I have found that with pathogens, so say for example, there's a certain pathogen, Coxsackie of some type, Coxsackie 12, I'm just throwing out something, is that a lot of the time there's trauma attached to it, there's past lives related to it. So what we need to do is clear out. When you find that you can clear out the trauma, then that a lot of the times clears out the pathogens, clears out the toxicity. So it's really important to clear out trauma that really likes to hide out, that never wants to be found, never wants to be revealed. So it's going like, you're not going to find me. Or toxicity, you're not going to find me. I'm going to hide in the folds. I don't know. It's going to hide in the cells. It doesn't want to be found. So, clearing with the combination of clearing all of this, it gives you a good start for the day. So that is for those 4 audios.
So package A is $77, and you can use the 24-hour special. My gift for you, use code ACS10. And then package B includes everything in package A, plus a 60-minute personal session with Brenda, plus a 21-day light language for an abundant business program. So let's talk about the personal session first, Brenda, and then we'll talk about the business program, abundant business program. What can people, we talked a little bit about what people can experience, but what can they expect? What issues can they bring to you in the personal session?
So what we'll do is, like today, we meet on Zoom. I send you a Zoom link. We meet and I work on many, many levels. It could be there's your meridians are off. It could be there's a lot of emotional issues that are going on. It could be, as an example, there's some will to die that came in that is just been stuck in your body. Like there's so many levels that we can look at. As mentioned, I work with pathogens. I work with toxicities. There's just like a lot, many levels. So on a physical, mental, emotional level, you know, there can be reasons, and this is why I got into the 21-day light language abundant business. There can be things that are blocking you on a physical level that are affecting you as to your business. Oh my gosh, believe me, can you imagine? So say you do have entities, because they do exist. If you have entities and they're messing with you, well, how do you move ahead with your business? How does that work? Well, you don't know you have them. So I work with entities, I work with pathogens, I work at many levels. So you just tell me, what are your major issues? I'll check what's going on. We will come up with, okay, we're going to put this in the MedBed. Oh, we're going to put that into the MedBed, and let's put that into the MedBed. So I'm going to identify things that we're going to specifically put into your individualized MedBed. So you're going to have your own audio. So in the 60-minute session, I'm going to create an audio with my little recorder, and I'm going to send this audio to you, this converted. And now you've got your personalized audio for whatever issues are going on that is your MedBed personalized audio. So you let me know what's going on, and it can be anything, really.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Great. So that's the 60-minute session. And then the 21-day light language for an abundant business program is basically 21 pre-recorded audios, right? Plus a bonus workbook.
Yes. So I have to tell you just very quickly here. So I got guided to this, like, when did the pandemic start? 2020. So I'm laying in bed and I heard, sometimes you do hear messages, and it's just like, okay, I'm going to create a 21-day light language abundant business. Like, where the heck did that come from? However, I cannot discount that I worked a minimum of 20 years in corporate. So when you have the corporate background, I'm going, well, how does this work? I've got corporate, I've lived internationally. How does this work? I thought, no, I'm just going to do it. So I created 21 audios to 21 days, 21 audios. And it's just a light language for that particular affirmation to help you with your business. So it could be that it's not like, wow, if I just listen to Brenda's 21-day light language abundant business, I'm going to make thousands of dollars this month. Well, you may or may not. I won't even go there. But what I will tell you is that you're going to get ideas and inspiration. And you may not put it together. Oh, maybe because I listened to, that one day of whatever that is, that affirmation and that light language, but you get inspired. And it's just like, well, maybe I can do this or I can do that. That leads into the financial gain. So it really, that's what it was. It was just like, no, let's just do this. And it's been, people have told me how they've, how things have opened up for them. I have been told by some very influential people how that's helped them move ahead with their business. So I feel really good about it, and it's very easy to do. It's not regimented. Maybe you decide, well, I'm going to listen to 3 in one day. So it is where, if you do muscle tests, this really is a great gauge. It could be one particular meditation is that I track clients easily. And then you're going, I know there's no way that I do that. I'm not even testing 1 out of 10, 10 the highest number. So you listen to that audio. you listen to that audio, maybe you listen to it 3-5 times. And if you muscle test, which I guarantee you will when you work with me, you might go, oh my gosh, I'm just testing. Hey, I'm 5 out of 10. So you've already increased the energy, the vibration. You're allowing that space to come in where it wasn't there before. So it's interesting how things come to people, and they get that ideas, they get the inspiration, they get the courage. So that's what I found. Believe me, I need to go back myself, because there are days I'm going like, what did I just hear on the news again? What did they try? Where I can get angry and just disgruntled. So I thought, you know what, I had to stop it, stop sign, take myself into the med bed, just sort of calm down. Like, okay, Brenda, take a deep breath. Okay, I'm guided to go to number 8 of the 21-day light, and just listen and allow and allow and allow. And I'm usually, my head's clear, I'm feeling better. And just, it's a great beginning for your day.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. And it's a great, like you said, it's a great beginning for your day, but it's also a great reset sometimes for your energy fielding, for your emotions, right?
Yeah, good description.
All right, so but package B is $197, and 2 and 3 part payment plans are available, and also the 24-hour special is also available. Use gift code TACS10. So again, these are the 2 packages: package A for $77, package B for $197. Hold on one second, and they are available at alara.at/show/Brenda6. I think I forgot to put that in here. Let me just put the link in here again. So the package A and B are available at alara.at/show/Brenda6. All right, so there's some questions in the chat. Kathy is asking, is working in the med beds complementary to working with a Rife frequency machine?
I think it's a perfect complement. So if you have the Rife machine, awesome.
Wow, you have one?
There's no, I mean, it's all working together. It's all energy. So absolutely, I think it'd be wonderful to have the Rife machine.
And how long are the audios?
They're not very long, a few minutes. So it's not like, oh, I got to listen for 30 minutes and like, oh, I don't want to listen for 30 minutes. No, this is like 3, so they're short, but powerful enough that you can feel the effect. And honest, if you got a Rife machine, perfect. I mean, that's,
you can use both. I mean,
absolutely.
So they're not going to counteract each other, that kind of thing.
No.
So.
And I don't know if you know Lloyd Mears' number, but do you know that Lloyd Mears numbers for healing? If you happen to follow Lloyd Mears, where there's numbers that you can get codes for a specific issue, I don't know, write them down, take them into the med bed. It's just going to amplify whatever you're doing. So if it's like, oh, it's a code 9998765 for the liver, great, take it in, allowing that med bed, because what it's going to do is amplify anything that you're doing.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions? Anybody have any other questions or anything else you wanted to share about either the med beds or the light language, Brenda?
That I want to share. Again, I'm just going to encourage people more than anything, is that it's really limitless what we can do. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it's that you can do this too. And then when we're in a one-to-one session, I can almost guarantee, but you're going to feel the energy. You're going to feel that. And then it's going to give you the inspiration of, okay, yes, I can do this. And feeling that flow. They're there, it's a matter of with our intentions. And like Alara said, it's all about intention. And it's true. The Rife machine's about intent. Everything is about intention. So we just have to just do it. And it's kind of a nice, say you have when you're working with whatever that is, Reiki, Rife, or whatever that is, it's just a really nice compliment to do that. So say there's a number of emotions, and say, for example, I don't know, you work with emotion code and you're going, oh, all these emotions, and you really don't want to go through the whole process of, okay, it happened whenever at age 3, blah, blah, blah. Take those emotions, and just like with intention, go into the med bed, let the med bed sort it all out. Just like Creator, here we go, in the med bed. Let it go through, let it decipher and dissolve those emotions and traumas that are affecting you. So just use your imagination.
Mhm.
And how often do we need to do the med bed? As often as you want to. But I will say, and I'm going to backtrack on that for a bit. If this is an area where there's a lot of health issues, it could be you are testing, maybe wait 3, 4, 5 days before you go back in again. So it's just like with anything where you're releasing toxicity, dissolving toxicities. It could be that your body's gone, I've had enough, no more. So you've got to really step into that and make sure that you test. Is it a one-time session? Is that what, Kathy, you're asking? It's up to you, but I think it's good. It's good to get into the med bed and to feel it. So what I would say is that I want you to feel it. That's important to me. So you're empowered, and so I think what we would do is that part of that 60-minute session is have you lay in the med bed, and then you're going to turn it on. You're going to allow it to work. So yeah, that's what I would say about that.
So she's saying maybe every 3 months. I think she's thinking about the med bed in the personal session with you, right?
Again, that's something depending on the issue, so it depends what we're looking at. There's so many possibilities. I know if you're working with cancer, there's so many possibilities. So it's breaking it up. I do have packages as well, but this is like, I'm just going to say you will know. And after the one time, just like, okay, either it resonates with you or it doesn't. I don't want to promise anything, but I believe that it will. And then you can go, you know what, this feels right for me, or it doesn't, but hopefully it does. And that maybe this is something I would like to continue with. So your intuition is there, or else you wouldn't be here with Alara.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when you're working with the audios, that were in the med bed then too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So even with the audios, like the dental audios or the toxicity audios or the trauma clearing type audios, you're in the med bed every each time, right? So you're getting used to what it feels like to be in the med bed.
Exactly.
Angela's asking, can you discover ailments you do not know during the session?
Yes. So what I would do, because as I said, I work on many, many levels. So what I would do is go through and see what's affecting you, is your organs and glands and blah, 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 check in. Then I'm identifying, oh, your liver is only working at 55% capacity. That's affecting whatever. So it's like, okay, I know I need to bring your liver in. So yes, I do that because of the multitude of healing work that I've done for about the last 20 years. So I do that. And it's really good to sometimes get specific, like the liver, and then is there trauma related to the liver? What's the trauma related to the liver? Like, it depends. So sometimes you need to get specific. Sometimes you can do more general. It really depends on what we're looking at and what your body is willing to let go of.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes, we may not know some of the issues that we're dealing with, right? And or even like you talked about, what's blocking my business. We might not know what's blocking our business or something else, our love life or whatever. We may not know what that is, but you'll be able to tune in and figure that out, find that out.
I channel, so I'm now channeling. So if it's, and I'm just going to say that too. So It could be that I'm channeling any information prior to put you into the med bed. So if I'm channeling information from your father that's crossed over, specific information, that may help you in the med bed.
Mhm.
So this is something that's really come to me loud and clear, and really, especially with what's happening right now, there's many people that have been crossing over, and I'm thinking that they need help. So yes, so there's a lot of things that we can do. Now you're talking about the teeth whitening and the dental. Well, I'm going to suggest try out the audio. I think with intention, why not? Why not place yourself into the med bed in the one-to-one session? Let's see what. Let's look at that as what's related to the teeth not whitening. Is there something there? Is there some nutrition that you require? Is there some, what's related to that? There's certain foods that you're taking in that maybe you shouldn't be taking in. So like really anything is possible. And I want you to feel that.
But the audio, like we can just start using the audio for the teeth.
Yes, you can.
And that will that can assist us
Yes,
with the
definitely.
teeth whitening and the healing.
Yes, well, I've had some good results with the audio and the whole flossing and where your teeth feel smoother. I found it really works. So it's kind of fun. It's so fun. And now, can I help with high blood pressure? Yes, I've worked with high blood pressure.
Yeah, I think that's I was gonna say that's an easy one, but I'm not gonna say anything. But yes, I can definitely see that one being an important one for a lot of people, because I know a lot of people are dealing with high blood pressure. So yeah, definitely. Good, lots of good questions. Anything else, anybody? You were saying, what were you saying? I was going to ask you a question. Something had come up. You saying sometimes when you're working with people in the one-on-one with the med bed, past life information comes through as well, right? That can be healed, right?
Oh gosh, it's how I was saying at the beginning of this show is that things are speeding up, and then I was just like being pushed and being pushed. Brenda, you need to be channeling. Like I've already been doing that, but it's like I can feel, like I get a lot of energy in my head, and I know when someone's coming through. So it's really cool is that, so if there's some information, I'm just going to throw it out. So say someone is wanting to relay some information to you, maybe that information will help you heal for whatever that is, then why not? So channeling is, I found really beneficial. And as well, I've been working with people, paths that have crossed over. So some testimonials on that. So yes, it's anything's possible. But I really want people to know that they can do this for themselves. And so let's get you going, identify issues, let's break it down, put them in the one-to-one session, work on this, work on that, have the MedBed work on that, and then have you feel it. So we'll do that in the session. We'll get you into the MedBed for that particular thing for the day, and then you take yourself. I want you to feel it, and I'll be there with you.
And Angela's asking how far out for the one-on-one sessions?
Again, what I like to do is that I muscle test. It's like, okay, how many days should we wait? Because you're processing this. And the thing is it's important for you to muscle test as well, like I had mentioned. But it could be, okay, your body's saying 7 days. Don't do anything more before 7 days. So we find that as we go along.
Okay, cool. But if they wanted to get package B and they wanted to book a session with you, do they have to wait 3 months, 6 months?
No. I give you the link and you just book when you book.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So it could be within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes. I'm not leaving Canada.
Awesome.
No, not really, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So no, I will be here, and I will be here to help out.
Awesome. Cool. Anything else, anybody, before we go? I don't know. I think that was great. I mean, are you still, so for those of you who are still here, are you still feeling the peace from the MedBed healing meditation? Are you still feeling the clarity, feeling clear in your head from that? Kathy, go ahead.
Thank you. I just had a question. Can you bring your pet into the med bed or put your pet in the med bed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. And that's kind of, it's a nice, I mean, our pets are our children, right? Even if you have children, they still are children. So absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. And Cindy says, yes, had a little headache, but it's gone now. Awesome.
Yay.
Good. And so that headache was just energy moving around, right? There goes my throat. Awesome. All right. So if nobody has any other questions, go back and watch or listen again and experience that MedBed meditation for yourself again, and just, relax into it, feel into it, and just allow. Okay. So yeah, it was beautiful. The MedBed with the light language. Okay. Good.
Yes,
awesome.
thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brenda. This was great.
Well, thank you. And thank you for everyone. I appreciate your feedback, and just knowing that you can do this too. So we need to get empowered, and just everybody's just, we're doing our best that we can within the times that we're living in. So thanks
Absolutely.
for the opportunity, Lara. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Brenda. And thank you, everybody, for all your questions. Thank you for being here with us today. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.